Hey guys, Laura here from What Laura Likes. Today we are talking about Lent, talking about what I'm using for Lent, and also what it means to sacrifice in Lent. And so if that's something that interests you, then stay tuned. Alright, so like I said, my name is Laura. If you are new here, welcome. We are talking about all things Catholic on this channel and weaving life with a Catholic slant. So if that's something that interests you, make sure that you subscribe, and I hope that you find this video informational. If you do, then make sure you give it a thumbs up because that helps other people find the video as well. So let's talk about the devotional I'm using for Lent, because this is a big thing to pick every single year. There's so many resources out there about different books, devotionals that you can do during Lent. You can sign up for free ones through Word on Fire, or I think Father Rocky's doing one through Relevant Radio. There's so many ways to seep yourself with scripture and catechesis and doctrine and dogma throughout the Lenten journey. So what I did, I found this for Advent, and I was so impressed by, I'm going to just say Jacques because I don't know how to say his last name, but I was really impressed by his writings and his meditations, because that's what it is. It's meditations for Lent. It's like what St. Francis de Sales talks about. When we meditate on the Word, we take a little bouquet of nosegays with us, and we take them, and they permeate us throughout the day, and we smell their scent throughout the day, and that's what meditation does when we do it in the morning, and it's beautiful, and it really does. It makes us something that we can come back to. So this guy right here, Meditations for Lent, is his Lenten devotional. And it starts on Ash Wednesday, and you just move through one day at a time. So some of it is following the liturgical calendar, and some of it is just musings on Jesus Christ. So I'm excited. I will link this down below if you want to check this out for yourself. So now let's talk about the thing that we all have to face every Lent, which is, what are we going to do? What are we going to give up? What are we going to weave into our lives in order to make this Lenten journey a journey towards Christ, a journey to where when we hit Easter, we are in a different place with Jesus Christ and our relationship with Him than we were at the start. So, I could list off a lot of great devotionals that if you're not already doing, now would be a good time to start, such as praying the Rosary daily. If you don't pray the Divine Mercy Chaplet, that would be a beautiful devotion to start. Let's see, you could get a miraculous medal, but we also want to sacrifice, right? We want to do something that offers up something back to God. And so when we choose something to sacrifice, we want to think through how the sacrifices were in the Old Testament. That, they took this animal, and usually it was a prize animal, right? It had to be an unblemished animal. And it was something that would have given them a lot of food and a lot of, well-being. But instead they offered it back to God, because everything is from God. And when we give things back to God, we are acknowledging in humility our nothingness and His everything, and the fact that all blessings come from God. And so Father Ripperger, and if I can find the video he talked about this, I will link it down below, but I'm not really sure, but I wrote it down. So he talks about there's 3 steps to a true sacrifice offering. So a sacrifice is a loss. It's something that we're either losing time or we're losing the actual item. And so the first thing is we have to offer it to God. And, it's from Him, and we're giving it back to Him. Just like they would take the lamb that was from God and give it back to God, and so on and so on. The second part was the slaying of the victim. This is a permanent separation. If we're going to give up chocolate, but we're going to still allow ourselves to eat candy, then that's probably not what considering a true permanent separation from the point of giving up the sugary goodness of chocolate, right? I'm just saying that it needs to be a complete offering, a complete separation. So if you say, I'm going to take cold showers because you're crazy, but some people do, right? Then that's a true offering up, because that's a complete, I'm taking a cold shower. Now, if you just said, I'm going to take the last 5 seconds and do a cold shower, that's still pretty good, but you still had this really nice warm shower. Or if you're I'm going to turn it cold in the middle of the shower, but the beginning and end are going to be warm, that wouldn't really be a true offering up, right? Versus if you get into the cold water, and you do your thing and you get out, and it was just like a complete offering of your warm shower to God. So Father Ripper talked about dying to self. So we can give up comfort, like the cold shower, or we can give up some kind of item, like which is what most people do during Lent, right? We give up things like chocolate or soda or coffee, which I'm not giving up coffee again, because there's a third part to this, and this is what I think a lot of us get wrong. The third section was the consuming the victim. And we have to make sure it was a complete giving to God, which means no half-heartedness. So I've been Catholic my whole life, so I used to give up soda as a kid, but I still talked about soda. I was like, oh, I'm giving up soda for Lent. That looks really good. I hope you enjoy that soda, because I can't have any soda for Lent. Was that truly a sacrifice? Like, am I truly giving it up? No, because I'm not doing it well. I'm not giving it to God in the right heart. And I think that's just the most important thing, is we have to give whatever we give to God, whether it's during Lent or any other time of year, we have to give him to God for the right reasons, and out of humility and out of love and out of justice and all these things. And so I don't know what I'm giving up this year yet, because I want to be able to pick something that I can give to him well. And some people can go really extreme. And there was a story last year, I don't know if it was Father Mike that shared it, but someone or maybe someone else from Ascension Presents, where they were talking about someone giving up everything but bread and water for all of Lent, and he was just joyful the whole time. And that's what we need to do. Whatever we can sacrifice, we need to do so joyfully. And it doesn't have to just be an item, and I might not give up an item. I might do something like going to daily mass 3 times a week, or going to adoration every single week. We don't have a whole lot of options for adoration around here, but I just encourage you to think through, what can I give up with a good heart? It's a great time to develop a habit, but that's not the purpose of the sacrifice. So that can be a bonus of the sacrifice, but don't, if you want to quit drinking, you can do that, but you're going to need to work a lot on your heart so that it's not a huge struggle. Same with if you're going to quit smoking or some kind of like intense habit. You can do it, but make sure that you're coming back constantly to, why am I doing this? It's not just to break a bad habit, it's to offer a sacrifice to God. So I hope that makes sense. I am so excited for Lent. I really do encourage you to think about ways to sacrifice your time more than just a food. I think that, kids, it's good to kind of be like, oh, let's give up something that you can kind of feel like food. But even better would be to spend an hour in prayer every day, or going to daily mass, making that sacrifice to get up early, fasting from things like TV as well, like that can be a sacrifice. But don't grumble about it. So don't be like the Israelites and grumble and murmur. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say, you guys. I've been a little rambly, but this is what you're getting now. So God bless. Have a very beautiful day. Continue to know God, love God, do God's will. I'm so excited for Lent. I think Lent is the most fruitful time of the year. It shouldn't be a depressing time. It should be this beautiful moment of yearning for Christ and developing that relationship. And if you're not meditating on the sorrowful mysteries twice a day anyway, that's another thing you can do, is pray the sorrowful mysteries every time you pray the rosary, which is ideally every day. So until next time, you guys, God bless. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.